Okay, Coach, they indeed love their football here in upstate New York as you look inside of New Era Field in Orchard Park. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Buffalo Bills. Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And Austin Safarian-Jenkins has it. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Check, 45 to Mike. Double dog.
On first down, Grant. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
45. Mike.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Allen airing it out, looking for Rip. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way down. To the 7-yard line.
That's another Bills. First down. First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Watch the pass. 6 guys.
They will run with Grant, and that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Allen now on 3rd and goal. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. This will be fielded at the 8. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Set, ready? 10 logo.
54 Mike.
Hey, Alpha. Protein spill.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On the ground, this is T.J. Yeldon. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Looking to throw. Herbert. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 43.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Throwing on first down. Herbert. And this one complete to Smith. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
90 Wolf. 54. Christian Travis.
Check.
Bam. Spot. Rocket. Shoot.
Mixon with a first down carry. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
No. Yep. Check 4. Hey, exit. 5.
They'll try and run for it with Yeldon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
60 outlaw.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. 2nd and 11. And it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now 3rd and goal.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. This defense hasn't let them in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. 3rd and goal from the 2. Mixon trying to punch it in. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Now Brett Maher for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. And I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
On first down, Allen. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again. Allen. And he comes back with one complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Allen fakes the give and keeps himself. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Let's put that team on the block. Joker.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Allen's throw is complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
First down. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Down 80.
Check 45.
Middle.
All day.
They'll run on first down. It's Grant. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Alert. Hey, high 7.
On 2nd and 7, Allen. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Now Joe Mixon. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw on second down, Herbert. And he rifles one incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 50.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. The open man is Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A 3rd down gain of 19.
Ready? 10-2 start.
I'm coming for you, son. Mike 46.
Hey, box drop.
Nice, we know.
On first down, Herbert looking here for Smith downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it. What people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Go.
To throw on third down. Herbert. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball in this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points.
Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. Kind of surprised they accept the penalty.
The only thing that comes to mind for me is they want to move them back 5 yards because they feel good about their defense. But in most situations, you take the down. That's what counts more.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, taking it right down Broadway. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Stephen Hauschka for the point after. And he puts it through to extend this thing to a 10-2 ball game. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go. 49.
From the gun, Herbert. Out of the backfield, it's T.J. Yeldon. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Don't be scared. 80 weapons. Hey, Charlie. 5.
Operating from the gun. Herbert going to throw deep for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
Escaping the pressure right. This is caught. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use. From the gun, Herbert, he'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Got it. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Check, 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 check. Team 6. Team 6 now.
Here's a run with Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a couple on what should be the final play of the first half. This Buffalo defense has stood their ground. This is 3rd and goal. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go. Here we
The
go.
Bengals drive about to get going. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 2nd and 5. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. It's a pickup of 17 on that one, and a Bills first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. This one caught by Ridley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Here's Allen to throw it. Allen hit. He lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Hey, high 7.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Allen, he'll take a shot for the end zone. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Look at me. Score. Ready?
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Nixon. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Ready up.
49, guys. Mike.
Hey, Delta.
Get your swerve on.
49 is a must. 49 is a must.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB. Come on. 49 is the mic. Watch 49.
Keep grip.
From the gun on 3rd down. Herbert nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kamale Correa. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Allen fakes the give and keeps himself. That's complete to his running back, Grant. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Corey Grant, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
They're not ready for this, man. Hey, dude.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Von Miller. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. And that will be incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Touchdown, Buffalo. All told, it's a punt return of 74 yards. The Bills will add on to their lead. A lot of times they want this guy just to try to flip field position. He flipped it all the way into the end zone.
Yeah, the rule of thumb is, can you pick up 10 yards? That's getting a 1st down. Instead, he takes it all the way and provides a big spark for his team.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, that wasn't a real confident throw, but I think we can understand why with the way this game has gone. He's been harassed, moved out of the pocket, sacked a bunch of times, makes it tough to get set and throw.
Yeah, pressure's been relentless. It was relentless there. A dangerous throw downfield. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Back now in Buffalo. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Go!
Looking to throw on second down. Herbert, he's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now the Bengals on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. I got it. 58 to Mike, 58 to Mike.
From the gun, Herbert. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Tre'Davious White, the LSU man there to knock it away that time. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Here we go. 49 to Mike.
On 4th down, Herbert. Yeah, he'll find Hall. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead.
Let's get it.
Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
11 yards and a Buffalo first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
This is Grant. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Allen. Flush to his right. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. The Bills send the punter out. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline.
On the ready.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
X3. 2
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give them a lot of confidence to help turn things around. To throw on second down. Herbert, he gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just
Alpha.
It's just me and you. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Walk 54. Walk 54. All day, dog. 5.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. To throw again. Herbert. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
I got 15. Big stop, G.
Get it.
On 3rd down, Herbert. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
56.
Check 50.
They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Grant. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That good for 19 and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now.
On 3rd down, they go with Singletary. And good pressure defensively to stop him for a loss of a couple. Now there's also a flag to go with it. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
They begin with a run by Mixon. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Herbert. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hall. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
We ain't giving them nothing to. Hey, Orbit.
49, guys. Mike.
Look at me. Zipper. You.
Throwing on first down. Herbert. Over the middle, complete. It's Hall. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them.
Hey, my 7.
49 to Mike. Watch 49. All day.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple. Although I set you up by saying game balls plural, but
I like where we're going with this. Though you say one to represent like the best player of all of that, and I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody. So for the Bills, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
dash. Got it on smash. Gas, I will not crash. Tempo, copy, end zone. Watch me. I'm cocky. I do my dance. Jump in, dance. No man up, man. Oh, deal with it. Thought he could guard me. I ruin they. Do what I want. They do what they. Got it on smash. Put in the gas. I will not crash. 100 yard dash. 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 They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. There's no need in keeping it low key. I can carve up the D like a turkey. I run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. You call us up making a name.